We all know figure skater Scott Hamilton as a winner. He certainly has enough gold medals, awards, and accolades to prove it. But Scott says he wasn't born a winner. It's a label that he earned. In his inspiring new book, The Olympic Champion shows all of us how to become winners and finish first in every walk of life. We are so glad to have you back with us. How you doing?
I'm doing great. It's busy.
Yeah.
I leave tomorrow for a month for the Olympics, and doing a lot of work over there, and trying to still promote the book and get that out in front of as many people as possible. But it's going to be a great month, a lot of fun, a lot of new stories, witnessing history, and it's just such a blessing to be able to do it.
I bet. Take us back to your early Olympic days. You were probably one of the most unlikely people ever to become an Olympic champion.
Yeah, the whole journey was, I was adopted early, then I was very sick as a child, and then I got into skating as sort of something to give my parents a morning off. And my parents were both in academia, so they didn't know anything about sports or skating or coaching or what it takes in order to kind of be successful. And so it was just sort of an activity. And then I started, kind of moving along and through, and it was when I didn't make it to the national championships the first year that I could, that my parents decided to make a change and to allow me to spend half the year away at a training facility in Illinois. And that got me kind of on the road to figuring things out. My first nationals was the next year, and I did fall 5 times and come in dead last. And then the next year, dead last again. Well, next to last. But it's about the journey, and it's so much about what I've learned in just what does failure mean? We've all failed, all of us. But we made it now, especially, such a villain that prevents us from being successful. And I know there's so many people out there that want more out of their lives, and I just thought that everything I've experienced as someone as unlikely as I could be could really help somebody just sort of give them that nudge and kind of that laying out the information to do things that they've always wanted to do, and to be more successful in their business or in school or in going after something they've always wanted to, or for young people to just sort of have a roadmap to figuring out how to be successful in their lives. Yeah,
you have a lot of great advice in the book about how to get to the point where you're more afraid of being stuck than you are fearing failure.
Well, the failure thing is so debilitating. It's sort of like, ow, it really hurt.
Yeah.
And maybe I don't want to do that again, but I really want to show that I'm made more than that. And it's easy to get stuck, but the best way to get unstuck is just to get moving, just to get up and to get back at it. And you fall down, you get up. Today in U.S. figure skating is National Get Up Day. And the first thing we teach people at the skating academy is how to fall. And how to get up, and that's such a life lesson, because we all fall down, we all get knocked down, we all have suffer periods of real challenge, and it's how to get through those, and not only get through those but come out of the other side better. I'm grateful for cancer. That sounds really bizarre, but when I look back on that period, it redirected my life, and it made it so much better than it was.
Yeah. How do we start living with intention?
I think it's just sort of recognizing who we are and who we want to be. And then it's taking, kind of stock, taking an accounting of what our abilities are, what we think we like, what we're good at, what brings us joy, and then start channeling those towards, where we can apply those abilities and those talents. Because I really strongly believe that we all have a purpose. I took my kids to Orlando to Disney World last year on spring break, and I'm looking at thousands and thousands of people. And I just knew that every single one of them had a beautiful story to tell.
Yeah.
And we all do. It's just, how do we get to that point where we're able to leverage who we are and what we have in order to make our lives better? And sometimes it just takes a coach. So put me in, coach.
Yeah, and this applies to every area of your life. I think you're going to love this book. It comes out on February 2nd on Tuesday. Oh, today's the 2nd. Tuesday is when it comes out. But you can pre-order it now. It's called Finish First, Winning Changes Everything. So Tuesday, wherever books are sold, pre-order it now so you'll have it on the day that it comes out. Thank you so much. Wish you all the best.
Oh, thank you, Meryl. I appreciate it.
All right.